Hello, this is Anna Emanation with the Healing Garden. I am mellow. I don't think, let me just take a look here at my camera for a minute. I haven't been on for a few days. I've been doing my cartoons. And I've been doing a lot of meetings. Yeah, I've really mellowed out. It's been a very reflective time period for myself where I'm just taking a step back and really spending a lot of time with myself and trying to figure out where I'm going. I had a lot of realizations about networking that I really wanted to sit down and examine and explore. And I had something that occurred yesterday and the day before that confirmed my hypothesis. And I'm definitely going, oh, yeah, this is the direction I want to take. You cannot have you only really need a government and government facilities when your community isn't available for you. So if you create something and you want it to flourish, but it's dependent upon the needs and desperations of the people, the best thing to do to ensure your own success with your new concept is to completely take away your competitor. And the competitor in this case is community. So I've been doing a lot of work with community, what it is, what it means. And we live in a time period where family, the construct of family, the smallest community, a couple, a family, a clan, a neighborhood, all are gone. And we have come to rely on the government instead for all of the things that we once used to get from community. And now the government is calling all the shots. And the government controls the media, which basically is this massive marketing subliminal messaging of whatever the hell they want to dump into our brains. And on a psychological front, when I started reverse engineering psychology and putting all the pieces together, I had this core hole inside my chest that I just wanted to get rid of. And I thought it was mental illness. And then I thought it was love. And then I thought it was a partner. And then I thought it was community. It is community. Because when I finally latched on and found the community and started to get emotional transactions completed, not only I, but the entire network went, wow, I feel connected. I feel whole. And it was like the last piece of a puzzle that finally plugged in and was completed. I feel full. I have built something that literally provides resources to people. Resources are the biggest necessity of life. They are the necessity of life. And we are groomed to think of a resource as natural or raw resources. But money is a resource. And the problem is, a lot of people don't know what money is. A lot of people say, money is energy. Stop saying that. No, it is not. Energy is something that transfers. It is the transference of something from point A to point B. Energy is something that is created from friction. It is the thing, the currency that moves things forward. It is the currency that literally propels and is momentum. But we don't see that. We think, well, yeah, money does that. No, it does not. Money is a fruit of that currency. You have a person who has energy, and you have this person over here who has energy. Our energy comes from our emotions, but our society takes emotions away. So now there's no energy. Now you have no way to transfer money from point A to point B. The transference of money or resources has to go and ride along a current. The current is energy. So you have person A, person B. They might both have their own energetic current, energetic flow, but if they're not connected, there's not going to be an actual current flowing. It's like you've got a village over here and a village over here. Every individual is a village, and there's a river, and you need to connect the river to each other so that there's a flow. We call this propagation in agriculture. And you want to streamline the water through the fields so that it waters and propagates the fields. But you need a currency to do that. The money is what rides on that transactional currency. So person A has money, person B has none. Person B has a different resource. You are swapping the resources along the energetic currency in order to make the exchange. That is an emotional transaction. So when you find a way to emotionally connect with somebody, you now have an emotional transaction. What are you transacting? You are transacting money and the resource. Technically, they're both resources, but you're trading resources. So if you have a bag of flour and this person has money, you want to swap the money for the flour. The money is not superior to the flour, it is equal to. And that's the disconnect a lot of us have in our minds. We think the money is superior because the money can be plugged in and usually virtually traded for almost anything. But what do you do if you have somebody who doesn't have the money and they don't need the money and they don't want the money? They want the resource. I want flour. Well, I've got money. Yeah, but I want flour. Suddenly the money has no value. The flour has more value than the money because the flour is the fruit. The money is the fruit. But if you're making an apple pie, you don't want to go buy oranges. Money is just a fruit. You plant it in the ground, it sprouts a tree, and you have more fruit. Now that's the disconnect. People are using well, I can get more money off of the money, so it must be energy. No, it's just a fruit because fruits have seeds. So with money, it is exactly like a tree that you can plant. This is investing. And then that tree can grow into another tree and produce more fruit. Same thing with flour. You grab a seed, you plant it in the ground, it sprouts, and you have more. When you understand that money is a resource, now you can start stepping away from money, putting it in perspective, and then balancing it with all the other resources you have. But we're not conditioned to think this way. We have no concept of thinking this way because we're not taught to think this way. So you might have all of these natural resources, and these are your skills. These are the things you love to do. These are the things you can pull from inside of you that are natural resources that you can use for currency. But we're not doing that because we are taught to be blind to our resources. So most of us walk around thinking that we have zero resources, and that's a problem. Now we look at ourselves and we say, I have no worth. I have no value because I have no resources. We literally determine our own sense of value and worth based off of our resources. This is the second perspective. This is the lesson that the second perspective has to learn. You don't go on to the third perspective until and unless you learn and internalize this lesson. that you have your own resources. And when you connect to a larger community or network, what you are doing is tapping into a higher guild bank or a higher resource bank. The resource bank is an extraordinary and powerful tool that most of us are completely oblivious to. It used to exist a long time ago. So I'm going to explain to you what the resource bank is. You see this in the video game World of Warcraft, the guild bank. So here's how it works. Let's say you love to knit. Let's say you love to knit blankets. That is your hobby. Now you have a resource. Your resource is literally knitting blankets for warmth. Now let's say you have no money. So you can either A, find somebody to buy your blankets, which is what most of us try to do on Etsy. That's a resource bank works like this. You take your blanket and you deposit your blanket into the resource bank with a dollar amount on it, kind of like Etsy, except on a resource bank, you can make a withdrawal from that bank and trade for another resource, exactly like what you see in the video game World of Warcraft. So you'll go into the wild in World of Warcraft and you will manufacture and you will create all of these plant bags, hemp bags. You make a lot of hemp bags and they range from low to high quality. Now, when you are done, you go to the guild bank and you deposit your hemp bags into the resource bank. But because you've made the deposit into the guild bank, you don't have to wait for somebody to make the purchase. You have already made the deposit. So you can now withdraw food, money, whatever resource you need out of the resource bank, and you'll be fine. You've already made your deposit. Now someone else can come along, see your hemp bags there, and they too can make a trade with the resource bank. See how powerful this can be? It's literally like a buy now, pay later, except you're not waiting for the other person to come along. Now, you can come along, see what's in the resource bank, examine the quality, and say, yeah, that's something I want. So how do you know how much goes inside of it? How do you determine value and wealth? And that's where you would basically go to an appraiser. You would have an appraiser who literally evaluates what you have. So it works like this. Let's say you create 5 hemp bags and they're all low quality. You go to the appraiser. They say, okay, I see your bags here. These are the qualities. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say, because of the low quality, that these bags are $5 a piece. And then you deposit them into the resource bank. So now you've made $25. But let's say you get really good at making hemp bags. Let's say your hemp bags are now worth at $50 a piece. $50 times 5, okay, $250. So now you have $250 worth of resources that you can now withdraw. You withdraw that out of the bank. The appraiser will say, okay, that's $250. Now that's going to be your cash you've deposited in the bank. Go ahead and help yourself to $250 worth of resources. Now that $250 worth of resources can be items, resources, flour, food, money, clothes, shoes, shelter, whatever you need. See how it works? Really cool, isn't it? This is the bank of the future. This is what I'm building. I have the people in place and we are putting it together. So you would have people whose job is appraisers, and they would evaluate the quality of what it is you are depositing. And you would do transaction with the appraiser to put into the resource bank. Now, the ethics of the appraiser is going to be a really big thing that I focus on because, yeah, you don't want somebody with the agenda of it really needs to be weighed in value properly. And if you are doing business more with the appraiser versus that, yeah, that I can see where that can become unethical. So you basically want to remove the incentive. And this is it. You can have zero incentive for dishonesty. You need zero incentive for dishonesty. That is what you need to look for. If you have incentive for dishonesty, now you're going to have dishonesty. So when we select appraisers, we're going to have to make sure that whatever we pay them, whatever job we put in place, it has to be done with complete fairness, justice, and honesty. And they can have zero incentive. This is the world of bartering and trading. I did not have the appraisers until this video. That's what I was missing before. So I love to knit. Oh my God, do I love to knit. Stupidly so. I am obsessed with knitting to the point where I knit so much that I have more than I want, more than I need, but I can't stop knitting. I cannot stop knitting. So I knit, and then I'm going, well, what do I do with these? Now, the beautiful thing about this is everybody at any time can contribute to the resource bank. If you have services, it's literally a, what do you think it's worth? What is it worth to you? Now, let's say for a minute that I've created something and I don't quite know what the value is. This is my problem, actually. I don't know the value of it. Some people will look at it and go, well, I don't need it, so there's no value. But for the people who have examined what I have to offer, they have put a really hefty price on it. Then I'm going, all right, so it's worth X, which means if I give just a fraction of it, it's over here. Now I put this information into the resource bank. Some people are going to look at that and say that's highly valuable. Other people are going to say that's not valuable at all. Yeah, the appraisers are really a big part of this. It's very, very important that they have zero incentive to lie, that they have zero incentive to rig the system. And I think that's where it could easily fall apart, is if the transactions are not done properly. The other option, and we see this all the time on eBay, where somebody will put something forth and you have to decide, is this worth what it is? Kind of like, and I guess you could say that eBay very much is a resource bank. Huh, fascinating. An online market, a resource bank. So this is one of the things that I have in place, and my colleague has the software already built, so we're putting it together. So there are three things that we notice, three obstacles that we notice that people keep having a problem with. The first one is resources. I need food, I need shelter, I need clothes, I need education. And the next problem is their mental health. I'm trying to get this shit, but my mental health won't get out of my way. And the third one is business. I'm trying to build my business, but I can't, and I have no money because I lack the resources. Or I have the resources, but my mental health is here and it's getting in my way. I've cleaned up my mental health. I have the resources, but I don't know how to get my business up and running. So my colleague and I have built a network. Our network has purpose. It works like this. You get all three of these things when you sign with our network. You get somebody to take care of your mental health, somebody to completely plug in and show you and provide for you and hook you up with all the resources you need, all of them. And we have somebody to plug you in to groom you and teach you how to do real, proper business. It is an extraordinary network. And between the three of us, we have massive connections. So you can virtually come in and say, this is what I want to do. And she and I will sit down, consult with you, and put together the whole plan. And then I'll work with you on the mental health to make sure that your mental health stays out of your way. And then she steps in and says, what do you want to do? And you say, I want to be a celebrity who makes billions of dollars. I have the connections. She has the resources. We plug it in, we get it done, and we execute. We live off of the idea and the rule of, if I can't get it for you, we know someone who can. But the flip side of all this, and this is one of my favorite things, is, what do you want? And we literally, between the three of us, remove every obstacle you can imagine. And that's truly it. We have removed every obstacle. When the three of us come together, we literally have eliminated every challenge, every problem you can put in your way. It's extraordinary. So now we're in the process of marketing this thing and building it up and putting it out there. She and I are working on a project where you come to me and her services are included in my package. So I'll hook you up, I'll get you all mentally cleaned up, and then I'll pass you on to her, and we'll immediately plug you into the next step. And if your problem is you want to build a business and you're stuck with your business, we got that guy too. We'll plug you in. You plug it into that guy, and he takes care of your business on that aspect. And because I've done the grooming and the work for you, you're all set to go. You can just plug right in and you're good. So you fly through his program, and then you fly through her program because the mental health is cleaned up. We're trying to figure out a name for this thing. Now, this is triadic healing, but we're trying to figure out a name for this thing. You want more money in your business? You want more growth in your business? You want more visibility in your business? We got a people for that. We're all ready for you. We're hooked. We're all set. And my standards are high, real high. So however it is you come to me, you just need certain qualifications, and then we take care of it for you. We are putting together a buy now, pay later program. So if you don't have the money, you just put it on that account. You make payments to that account. I get what I need so that I can immediately live and flourish and take care of my business while I work with you and get you built up. And you make payments. And then as you're making payments, we get you set up and get you in a program with your business and with your resources so that you are generating an income. It's all set for you. It's all done. And then when you are stable, you are free and easy to go. We really need to come up with a name for this. I'm taking suggestions. I love my life. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's extraordinary. I have no idea what this thing is. I guess you could say it's a resource finder and a problem solver and a mental health fixer in one. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. A resource finder, a problem solver, and a mental health fixer, all in one. A finder, a solver, and a fixer, all in one. Any dream you want, we have the connections. It's quite extraordinary. And then in the middle of it, we have the resource bank that we're building. And if you want to pursue education, we have that too. It's literally everything you need. When we're done with you, or when you're done with us, you have the option to plug into our network and become part of the bartering trade that we have going on. So you also get a community and a family as well. And because we've done the work for you, you literally bypass every obstacle that you can imagine is in your way. It's literally the yellow brick road. Wow. Yeah. I built the yellow brick road from where you are to where you want to be. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I have built the yellow brick road. I'm working on this. Give me a minute here. I'm just playing it around with my mind. I really need to read the books. Yeah, I have built the yellow brick road that gets you from Munchkinville to Oz in 3 easy steps. I just don't know how to package this thing, which is the dumbest thing in the world. And here's the thing. I got a guy for this, and he's working with me on it. So we're taking care of that too. But that's what I've been doing for the last 5 days, is just putting this together. And then when you're done with your mental healing, we sit you down with the oracle. Well, that's her and I in a room together with you. And we ask you, what do you want? Where do you want to go? And you uncap your brain and imagine your wildest dreams. And then the two of us put together our resources and we say, this is your possibility. This is everything the world has to offer. And this is how we can get you there. You just tell us what the heading is. We are the advocates for your dreams. We are dream advocates. I like that. I'm going to write it down. I am a dream advocate. And I have built the yellow brick road from wherever you are to wherever it is you want to go. Anywhere. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. It's all done for you. Ooh, done for you. This would be very much a done for you. Wow. See, the more I talk, the more I'm realizing this. Yeah, it's very much a done for you dream advocates. I am a dream advocate. And it's a done for you service, and I have built the yellow brick road for you. Wow, that's fucking powerful. From mental healing to problem solver to resource finder, networking, connections, and we have a resource bank. We have literally provided anything you can possibly think of, including a buy now, pay later, so that you can make small payments literally while we're working on this, so you don't have to wait to be rich. And then we get you rich. Yeah. Hey, yeah, we break people through the class system. That's the other thing we're doing is we're breaking people through the class system. So that if you're second class, if you're middle class, we get you up to high class. But not like the phony third party, fourth perspective, third perspective, fourth perspective class. I mean, we get you to the real shit. Yeah. Interesting. You want to be a celebrity? I do that. It's so much fun. I love this shit. I love it so much. I'm really honing in on what it is I do for a living. I am a dream advocate. Done for you service. I have built the yellow brick road. Resource finder, problem solver, mental health fixer. It's all done. You just step into my world. I plug you in and we propel you wherever it is you want to go. Done. I have a meeting today with a top quality, gorgeous public relations agent. It is, in my opinion, the best in the world. I only do the best. And this woman is a fucking genius. She reverse engineered public relations. You see, when people reverse engineer shit, you figure out the real shit instead of the bullshit. And that's really it. There's bullshit and there's real shit. And if you want the real shit, you got to reverse engineer it. I reverse engineered psychology. My guy for business and money, he reverse engineered. While under the tutelage of Jay Abrams, he reverse engineered business and money. And this PR agent I'm meeting with today, she reverse engineered public relations. My resource finder, she reverse engineered resource finding. So I cherry pick the best of the best. I bring them all together. I collaborate with them. I make deals with them so that you come to me for my people and I will give you people. So, and I only bring my people the best of the best because I am your dream advocate. You just got to dream. And then we have built the yellow brick road for you and cleared every obstacle. There are no flying monkeys here. Thank you so much. If you want to learn more, grab my link below and may the kindest of words always find you.